It's 6 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome to the Starr Breakfast News. Coming up this morning, newly outdoored NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh comes under fire after his unveiling for claiming President Akufo-Addo has outperformed Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
This is historical. What is she? On what basis? On what metric? What is he talking about? It's quite nauseating, or better one of the right way. We should know better.
Also coming up, minority justifies decision to boycott vetting of Minister of State designate at the Energy Ministry as they accuse the Akufo-Addo-led administration of a bloated government. Later in the bulletin, WAEC vows to ensure prosecution of teachers and invigilators arrested for engaging in exam malpractices in the ongoing basic education certificate examination.
They are going to face prosecution because the WAEC law states that anybody who has in their possession a question in any form, they are going to be charged with law courts and then they will be prosecuted.
We've got details of all these stories coming up shortly. Please do stay tuned in. Many thanks to you for choosing Star News. I am Nurein Abass. We are also live on all our affiliate stations across the country. In our first story this morning, the newly unveiled running mate of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Opoku-Prempeh, has courted barrage of criticisms following his claim that the incumbent president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has outperformed all previous presidents, including Ghana's first president after independence, Kwame
Starr
Nkrumah.
103.5 FM.
Speaking at a rally in Kumasi where he was officially introduced as the running mate, the former education minister and outgoing energy minister described Akufo-Addo's achievements as unprecedented.
Ghana, Ghana, but Akufo-Addo retirement.
Since 1957, when Ghana gained independence, no president has performed like President Akufo-Addo.
Since 1957,
I repeat, no president has outperformed Nana Akufo-Addo, not even your Kwame Nkrumah.
Now, his claims have sparked various reactions, with many accusing him of intellectual dishonesty. Professor Edu Jemfi, a political scientist and historian at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, in an interview with GH1 and Star News' Na Day 30, stated that Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh's comparison is baseless.
This is ahistorical. This is ahistorical. What is she? On what basis? On what metric? What is he talking about? That is why I've said time and again that it should be scripted. The truth of the matter is that you can't just stand on a platform and say that President Akufo-Addo has been the best president since 1957?
Yes,
what he said?
Yes, since independence, yes, 1957. Yes.
We'll come to the table again on another day and we'll make sure that he understands what he said means to both academia and society. It's quite nauseating, or better one of the right way. We should know better, my sister. Quite unfortunate. Look, I'm a political historian. It gets on my nerves when people speak extempo and they just say they want to say, right? Especially when it concerns facts and truth, historical fact and truth. On what metric is he arguing and saying that?
On all fronts, education, infrastructure development, everything. He says nobody comes close to Nana Akufo-Addo.
He's overly excited.
You heard political scientist and historian with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Edu Jemfi. Away from that, the minority in Parliament has justified its decision to boycott the vetting of Minister of State designate at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Crapper, citing the current economic difficulties and the need for a reduction in government size rather than an addition. According to the minority, the addition of ministers would further burden the already struggling Ghanaian populace especially given the financial strain of the bloated government. Here is Deputy Minority Leader and Ranking Member of the Appointment Committee, Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa, speaking to Star News.
We will not participate in any process that will add additional minister to an already bloated size Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Again, the minority cannot support the president nomination for the Minister of State at the Ministry of Energy at a time when Ghana is going through very difficult periods, including crippling economic crisis, food insecurity, debt default, corruption, state capture, and wasteful expenditure. The minority once again calls on the President Akufo-Addo to downsize his government, to signal to the people of Ghana that at the very least, he is in tune with the overwhelming feedback from Ghanaians and appreciates the challenges resulting from the bad economic policies of his government. It cannot be the case that while the government asks the people of Ghana to tighten their belt, those in government will have no belt at all. It cannot be the case. While government is asking everybody to tighten his belt, the government and its appointees won't have any belt at all. Under the circumstances, the NDC minority caucus cannot, in good conscience, participate in the vetting of yet another injury time nominee. Chairman, on that note, we are not part of this. Thank you, John. We can go.
You heard Deputy Minority Leader and Ranking Member of the Appointment Committee, Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Designate Herbert Krapper is proposing the re-establishment and capital injection into the Tema oil refinery. He spoke when he appeared before the Appointment Committee of Parliament.
TOR has a capacity of 45,000 barrels per day. It is doing nothing like that, and so performance of TOR is suboptimal. TOR's challenges are not permanent. I hold the view strongly that we can turn TOR around. I think also that TOR's problems are twofold. They are both internal and external. External really is the financing matter. Internal also, we need to really work with the leadership of TOR for some reorganization and if you like, re-establishment of the institution so that we can have confidence in the institution and external parties can also have confidence to invest in the institution. So that's the internal aspect. And then, of course, for the external aspect, I think TOR really could do with capital injection. The terminal business, the tanks, the pipelines, the country, all of these, TOR will need some capital injection to rehabilitate, to service, to maintain, and bring it to capacity.
You had Energy Minister Designate Herbert Krapper. Now, the West African Examination Council has vowed to ensure prosecution of teachers and invigilators arrested for engaging in examination malpractices in the ongoing Basic Education Certificate examination. It follows the arrest of some teachers and invigilators in the Ashanti region and the Jama North District for allegedly engaging in some malpractices. Over the years, the exam has been characterized by incidents of malpractices, among other issues, raising concerns about the integrity of the exam. According to the council, they will submit details of invigilators arrested to the Ghana Education Service to prosecute them. Here is Head of Corporate Affairs at WAEC, John Kapi.
Certainly, yes, they are going to face prosecution because the WAEC law states that anybody who has in their possession a question in any form, be it electronic form or hard copy or whatever, has flouted the rule and it is punishable by law. So they are going to be charged with law courts and then they will be prosecuted. Yeah. We are also going to submit the list of these invigilators because they are teachers. We, as I said earlier, we are not the employing agency. It's the GES that employs them. So we send their names to their employers and we expect that at least some punishments will be meted out to them to prevent them from repeating or even having others, do what these ones have done.
The issue of bad roads may soon be a thing of the past as the Roads Ministry has announced a road maintenance app and call center to aid in reporting and addressing road issues promptly. According to the Roads Minister, the app will allow Ghanaians to report potholes and other road infrastructure problems directly to the authorities, ensuring a faster response. Awisi Dede has more in this report.
The ministry, through its agencies,
We'll then address these concerns as quickly as possible.
Those were the words of the Minister of Roads and Highways, Francis Asenso-Boakye, at the launch of the 50th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Highway Authority. The minister, who was concerned about the rapid deterioration of fixed roads in the country, disclosed that the maintenance app at the call center is an initiative in a bid to tackle bad road conditions. The call center, according to the minister, will provide an alternative for those who may not have access to the app, allowing them to report issues via phone calls. But are Ghanaians receptive to this initiative?
If what they are saying, they really do mean it, I think it's not a bad idea. It's something that can help us as a citizen.
So no said you the app say app be count, say number be count no to me. E wo ko baby na say utumi twa e de sane no mu hu say oh. Aha say sana ha ne e kwan nya ne yenim. E bia na make say MPB wo ho. Ana say assemblyman bi oba on e bia ono onka enchrom na say bia wo as a driver wo hu no utumi Canada so much I think say a good idea.
It's a good idea. Say, oh, enkoye asem no nko na say asem no be edwuma dia. Nanka eye say because akoye say aban kasa no onu onim ne ekoso okru no. Say yen ya nka bibia nkyere na onhu ne a ekoso ho. Nti say nhihye o de ba no say there will be a number or short code where you can text or you video and send. It's a good idea. A year pa ni odi bandi a year and I yes to me nkwadi I feel say a year as me nyasa akwenya na I will be able to say certain things whenever I come across it.
It's a good initiative, but it depends on if they are going to implement it, because if we go by those strategies and then it's not being implemented, then it's cross 90.
And that brings us to the end of the Star Breakfast News. When you log on to starfm.com.gh, you'll find more news updates there. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great day.